Hello and welcome to this episode of In the Clutches of the Cult. My name is John. I'm the DM for this campaign. As we rejoin the action, the group find the village of Ieirithymbul under siege by various humanoids. They're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh shit.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I'll freeze you too.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Three of them are going to fling javelins at Luna. That is a 9, a 14, and a 13 to hit.
Hold on, I think only the 14 hits, but let me double check. Yes, because if they're the same number, I lose, right?
If they're the same number, you lose, yes.
Okay, yeah, my armor class is 14, so only the 14 hits.
So you take 8 points of piercing damage as the two javelins into the earth either side of you, and the one just lands through your chest.
I just realised I don't have my character sheet on D&D Beyond. I should do that thing. Okay?
And the fourth bugbear rolls a 15 to hit you.
Yep, that'll hit.
So that is 7 further points of damage.
There we go. Oh, you guys are so fucking dead. I just got this repaired. Okay, quick question, OOC John.
Yep.
How come this one has a red dot on it?
He looks slightly bigger than the others.
Okay. He's sort of like the leader.
He seems to be in charge.
Okay, cool. Just clarifying.
Borrowed is going to move up to here and summon the what's it?
What?
He's going to summon a corn-based cheese-flavoured snack.
Apparently.
Oh, does he not have that? One moment. The Staff of Thunder and Lightning. There we go. What could he... Okay, one moment. Really?
Oh, John.
Yes.
This is aside. I figured out why that program wasn't working on my computer.
Yeah.
My Java was several months outdated.
That'll do it.
So I thought you'd find that funny while we waited for you to figure out what you were doing there. That made me feel smart.
So he's gonna run up and he is gonna cast at level 5. I think he can do a thunder wave. Can he do a thunder wave and not hit anyone? No, it's a cube. I thought it was a... Silly me, I forget things.
It's fine. Look, as long as I don't get lightning damage again, my own teammates.
We're gonna go with a longsword attack. That misses.
Poop.
Does he only get one attack? Yes. Ah, well. He runs up and the orc clashes with his sword. And they kind of do that staring at each other across crossed swords.
Grr. Grr.
Okay. Sage.
So right now, I can't see anything. I am very. I don't know if it's smoke or just. I can just see my character. What is going on?
As in, you can literally just see black and your character on it.
I can see silhouettes of the buildings. I can see my character, but I can't see anything else. What is going on? What have you done to me, John?
Well, I don't know, because you should be able to see tokens other than yourself.
All I see is just black and white. My character icon is colourful, and can I move my character?
Is this map dark and there is no light source, so you can't see anything?
This map is dark, but the fires are light sources.
Oh, well, that makes no sense.
So.
Also, you would be able to not see anything.
Okay.
For you, no, Steel, you do have dark vision.
I do have dark.
Yeah, I don't have. That's why I don't have dark. That's why. I mean, I know there's fire here, but it's in little squares.
If I move this over here, can you see better now?
Yes, there we go. That's much better.
Okay, cool.
Because
it's dark, and you can't see.
There we go. Okay, so I am going to move all the way up to these guys, right in the middle.
Okay.
And I will first attack this guy on the left. As a bonus action, I will be using Hex.
On him?
On him.
Okay.
And just crystallize my blade. Crystallize him.
Crystals mixing with into his fur.
Fantastic. Now we'll use a long sword. Natural 20 again!
That'll hit.
Natural, and I'll do the second hit. Actually, do you know what? You know what? I might as well do that one. 14.
That doesn't hit.
Okay, that's fine.
You do get a third attack with your haste.
Yes, that is true. I'm just double checking on this guy first.
So that's 16 plus 7 would be 26.
Why am I doing ice
23.
damage? Oh, I done ice damage. I was doing ice damage on the dragon. I don't know why it's on there. So why is that not hexed? Hang on, I've got to press. That's alright. I've got to press it first. Idiot. Damn, Michael.
So yeah, you've got.
So ignore the ice damage. I'll just do what?
2 more points of damage.
2 more points of damage.
Oh no, wait,
and then
4 points of damage because it was a critical hit.
Yes, that is right. And
so
then
you do get a third attack as part of haste.
Yeah, I will. I was going to attack the other guy, but I'll attack the same guy.
That'll hit.
There we go.
So that is 21.
21.
He does not look happy with you.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Bring it on.
He draws forth a morning star to turn the sword aside with the second attack.
Oh. Okay.
But the first attack and the third attack, he's just too slow in getting in the way of. Could you roll me a d20, please, Michael?
I am glad to roll your d20. There we go. And
cool.
8. Ocho.
Essela.
Through the ceiling.
Hello, yes. I am going to, first of all, phase step out of this to about here.
Just like a flash of fire, isn't it, when you phase step?
It is, yes, but there's no one in my destination, so fire does nothing. And then I'm just like going to turn and wave at these 2 people down here. Do a little like finger wave to them, and then it's going to be a fireball at level 5 to take these 4, but not take, but to try and avoid. Can I hit 4 of these with a fireball and not hit Sage?
Let's find out.
I can take it. Just turn around and go. I can take it.
Where's my thingy? So
how big is fireball? 10 feet? 20 feet.
20 feet.
I have a 10 and I have a 15. I'll use the 15 for
I'm 20 feet in range.
Yeah, you can easily place it in such a way that you can, like, literally singe Sage.
This is the second time that just fire will erupt right in front of me.
You guys stop throwing fireballs at the
Uh,
enemy protagonist.
so roll me a fireball.
It's thinking about it.
Cool.
Contemplating.
Okay,
33.
that's...
It'll be 33, half damage will be 16.
So that is half damage on him.
Right, thanks for me.
Their leader, you can see, is barely holding on.
Dead.
The other three just erupt into flames and just ash. Could you roll me a d20, please, Ursula?
No, and stop asking.
Okay. The orcs. I have sheets for them. Where are they? There they are. One is gonna stab at Borrowed with a spear. And just hits. And the other is gonna swing with a great axe twice. And misses horribly. Borrowed. Took 11 points of damage. I don't have any goblins on the field. Luna.
Yes. Well, all the bugbears are gone. Let's see.
Most of the
Hold on.
bugbears are gone.
Okay, let me take a look here. Yeah, hold on. I'ma move you 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, I'm gonna move her there. Come on, I'm gonna move you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna move her there. And then I'm gonna cast Stone of Gold again.
Well, I was going to say I'll take their turn after this if they survive, but I don't think it's likely. We'll see.
Okay, now since I'm at a level 7, I'm gonna use this level 6 slot.
Unless Luna rolls nothing but ones, which is unlikely.
Not even going to bother rolling for the guy that had 2 hit points left. Surprisingly, he would die either way, so one of them just instantly freezes into a statue.
An orcicle.
The other one passes his saving throw, so half of 35 is...
17.
Thank you.
17. We said it.
So one of them just... and the other one just holds on.
Well, at least he doesn't until I use Spell Driver and hit him with Ice Knife.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Nice.
Roll me the damage.
Right. I'm just gonna cast it at level 1.
You just unleash a mighty cone of cold and you can see him gripping to life, and then you sink a knife into his flesh and he just falls over, the ice knife exploding out in shards of ice.
I do like the ice sniper. Ice snipers are cool as well.
Could you roll me a d20, please, Jennifer?
Absolutely. Roll 1d20.
I can just imagine us staying in initiative until we roll the number that John wants.
Alright.
Steal. Steal.
Sean.
Steel has gone into standby mode.
There we go.
Hi,
Fuck's
Sean.
sake.
You alive? TV is on.
Jeff's.
It's mine, yep.
Or it's just really loud.
We'll come back to Steel.
Apparently. That's weird.
So the bugbear in front of Sage, not that one,
The other one.
this
I'm
one,
not very happy.
is going to swing his Morning Star twice at you, and you can see he's bleeding very heavily from several attacks. 23 and 22 to hit.
They both hit me.
So that is a 14 and a 16, so 30 points of damage.
30 points.
No.
I will take that hit. Weakly.
Back now, or is that?
You are
Yeah,
back
we
now.
can hear it, Sean. Yep.
Sake, fucking, I think I know what the issue is my net now, but I can't really do anything about it. Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I don't know what's happening. Hang on. So the two that Luna were dealing with are already dead.
Yes.
This guy's still alive, and these guys, have they taken any damage?
They've taken damage, not a huge amount yet.
Right. Well, I think best thing I can do is.
We lost him again, didn't we?
I think so, yep.
Okay, I'm going to just take Borrowed's one swing with a sword.
Oh, nice.
I thought I'd fix that for Borrowed.
Is that an advantage? Oh no, it's just slash damage.
No, it's the way it does damage.
That's strange.
Alright, bye Tony. Good night. Let's give him a Wrathful Smite as well. Yeah, he does.
Not bad on the sticks.
I think I return, but I'm probably not.
You have returned.
Okay, now my in this even not even saying that I'm on, but apparently I am.
Okay, so before you go again, what are you doing?
Well, I tried to attack once with my longbow. I don't know if that even came through.
An attack with a longbow has just arrived when you got back. Who are you attacking?
That guy.
Between you and Borrowed swiping with a sword, you kill him.
Cool.
Because he was
Then I
at
would
1
attack.
hit point.
Then, yeah. Then I would attack that one.
Okay. Roll me the attack.
14, probably not.
Doesn't hit.
And then with my haste attack,
That one does hit.
13.
Cool. And can you roll me a d20?
And, yep, I can. 20, 26, no. And then for my
And-
bonus action, I'm going to be ordering Ulador to attack gentleman
Okay.
as well. So he will move on his own turn, and then he will do a force rend with 14, probably won't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Never mind.
Runs up. Misses.
Or
At the end of Borrowed's turn, nothing happens. Sage.
Okay, so I've gone dark again. I've gone dark. Is the guy still next to me? On the left. Is there? There we go. Perfect. So it's just him.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Is it? Can I just ask quickly? Is he the captain? Is he the captain?
He is the chief, yes.
He's the chief.
The others mysteriously disappeared.
The
I
others,
wanted- I
there was
wanted
a
to do
burst
damage,
of
but I don't-
fire.
I want to ask him first. You know, who do you work for? Why are you burning down this village?
We hunger.
Didn't go buy a burger.
They have food.
I'm down there.
We want food. We take food.
Well, then take this then.
That'll hit. That will take the 1 hit point he had left after the fireball.
You can have that instead. My steel.
Oh, I kind of feel bad for them now.
At
No.
the end of your turn, Sage, can you roll me a d20?
Lucky for some.
Essela.
I'm not even going to expend a spell slot. Probably not going to spend a spell slot on this guy. I'm just going to take out my wand of magic missiles and I'm just going to fire magic missiles until he's dead. So tell me when he's dead, and I'll just call it.
Just keep.
You got to tell me how many you're expending.
Oh, really?
It's an action to activate, so
Oh, okay.
you activate however many you want to blast. It doesn't. Unfortunately, it's not like unloading a clip.
Fine. We'll just go for 5. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 magic missiles in total.
Yes, that sounds right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It likes 2s for some reason. 2, 4, 6, 8, 14, 19.
Okay. 7 magic missiles slam him in the back, and he's still standing.
Okay.
Anything you want to do as a bonus action?
Yeah. I'm gonna use a spell. I'm gonna use a sorcery point to make one of my spells into a bonus action. 2 sorcery points, I think actually. Yeah, 2 sorcery points, and what can I do? What can I be bothered to do? Yeah, my actual magic missile, I think. Yeah, level 5 again.
Okay.
2, 3,
Oh
4,
my goodness, I did.
5, 6, 7. Right.
So it's from
Six.
that 4.
From the
Yeah.
4, yeah. 6, 11, 14, 17, 21, 26.
14 magic missiles burst out of Asola, 7 coming from the wand, and she just
I need to use this.
looks up disdainfully when he continues to stand after the 7 magic missiles, and just unleashes a barrage of 7 from her hand, and the orc chief collapses to the ground in front of Borrowed.
Just want a cheeseburger.
Do you kind of feel sorry for them?
I do not.
They're a bunch of masks.
I feel sorry for them. Not a solo. I feel sorry for them.
Ah.
Okay. What are you guys? What are you guys doing?
We need to douse this fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna use some more of my hold on, let's see if I have a less intrusive water-based spell.
Esola, do you have control flames?
Surprisingly enough, I do. Yes. I would like to control these flames.
How many does that allow you to control? I try to remember.
I think it's a 5-foot cube of flames in one go. Yeah, so I'd do individual 5-foot cubes.
That's a lot of cubes.
So do you take your time to...
Yeah.
Okay, so between Luna with some water spells and Esola with control flames, there's some damage. There's definitely some damage to the town. But you manage to extinguish the fires.
I mean, that's a start.
It becomes significantly harder to see for anybody that doesn't have the ability to see in the dark.
Like, I can't see in the dark.
You can't see in the dark.
I've just gone blind.
Would you like to light a torch?
I would like to light a torch. I mean, if we only had some fire.
If when he lights a torch, I'll immediately see it and goes, "Oh, I missed one."
Now you're just being a dick.
It's been a long day.
I don't have dark vision like you guys.
I don't have dark vision either. What are you whining about?
So how can you see?
Can't. I'm not complaining about it.
I don't like. I'm kind of scared of the dark, to be honest.
Esola,
Hello.
could I get a perception check from yourself and Steel, and Borrowed can do one at normal? If Sage and Luna would like to do one, it would be at disadvantage.
So we're all at normal. They're at disadvantage. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Perception, please, Jeff.
Ooh. Why did I press that? I'll try that again.
Oh look, I got a natural 20.
I mean,
What is going on here?
it wants me to get 19.
Well done, Jeff. That's three nat 20s in one night.
Disadvantage. Wait, what am I using again?
Perception.
Right.
Not persuasion, is I.
Not persuasion.
Oh my god, that's my third one.
That's oh.
Fuck my life, seriously.
Luna and Sage, you bicker about the fact that you can't see in the dark.
Well, actually, apparently I can see, because I can see the map.
You can see the map because Sage has just lit a torch.
Oh, that helps.
which means that other people can see the torchlight.
Right. I knew that. I was testing you.
She just twiddles her thumbs.
Obviously.
Steel.
Yes.
You notice on one of the buildings, as you're putting the fires out, somebody has written on the side of it in a crude hand, "Free the chained one."
Oh, mother.
We have more writing.
Essola,
Hello.
you spot, similarly while putting the flames out, on a different building, "Oblivion dawns for you."
Esther just probably like put her head in her hands at this point and then goes, "Not again." Oblivion dawns for you. That's a new phrase. Out of interest, have we actually seen any villagers in this place?
No.
Oh, great.
Have we seen the remains of any villagers in this place?
No.
Have we
How
found
is it
anything?
getting worse?
Sean, with that perception check, you notice a large building slightly further into the center of town, as the fighting sort of has broken up, and you've turned the hordes away. You spot a large building at the center of town where lights are on in the windows, and it appears to be a temple.
I am heading toward that temple.
Would you like to tell the rest of us about this? Are we all going to go to the temple?
I mean, if people notice me leaving, I'm not making any hiding, skulking off. I'm literally walking toward this temple.
I will follow my learned colleague.
Where's this temple? On the map.
Northward from where you are at the moment.
I will follow my learned.
I'm gonna stay ground. Just wander around here, around the courtyard.
Okay. So Borrowed will go to the temple, because... Actually, no, Borrowed's going to stay with Sage, so Sage isn't alone.
Oh, hello.
Is this building? Or this building? Assuming this building. This one's the biggest building.
I didn't actually design to put it on the map, but I'll say it's this one.
That one is bigger. Yeah.
Look at the wrong door.
Luna, are you going with them to the temple?
Yes, my computer just lagged for a bit there. Where is it?
Somewhere up in this general direction. You follow a Solar and Luna, and you follow a Solar and Steel, and eventually they stop in front of what seems to be a building. You can't quite make it out because it's pitch black, but you can see little lights on inside. And
that is either a good thing or a very bad thing.
how do you approach the door, guys?
Kick it in and scream, "What's up, motherfuckers?"
Just gonna go to the door and knock, I guess.
You never let me have any fun.
It was just literally just marching up the door, and he's just seen this graffiti about a chained one, and he's got suspicions.
Okay.
So, I mean, I might listen at it first, see if there's any chanting or crying or...
Okay, roll me another perception check.
Perception. 13.
You can hear on the other side a combination of people sobbing, and you can hear a very small voice that's close to the door just going, "Do you think they're gone yet?" And another voice just responds, "We should give it a few more minutes."
Still here.
Hello?
Just imagine like Steel just like bashes the door in. at this point.
Hello, is anyone there?
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
Hello.
I can barely hear you. I'm having to go onto my phone because my internet is just shitting itself.
Okay. Are you saying hello at the door?
Yeah.
Hello?
So,
You don't sound like orcs.
not. We killed them.
You hear the scraping of a wooden bar,
Collective sigh of relief. Oh, thank God.
and the door swings open, and there is a gnome with wild blonde hair. You killed them.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna let them live. Hi.
Oh, thank you.
We also put out the fires, but there might be some water damage, so I apologize for that.
It is better than our houses being burnt to the ground, so...
See, that's exactly what I thought. You try telling that to these guys. They kept going on and on about water damage. I'm all like, hey, at least the building's still up. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Hi.
What do the orcs want? Do they come often? Do you know what they
They
wanted?
already told us they wanted food.
We've
I
had...
know that. I'm asking these guys.
No, but it's gonna be food. So first, hi, I'm Lunar.
Hi.
Say, this is Steel, and this is Essela, and we have a couple other guys outside, sort of standing watch. Who are you?
Well, I'm Corin.
Nice to meet you, Corin.
I'm the mayor.
Cool.
And this is, well, these are the people of Ieirithymbul.
How
And he
many are
sort
there in there?
of gestures, and you can just see families grouped together, and sort of in the corners, people are sleeping around the edges. Sort of younger children are sleeping in makeshift beds, like basically sheets on top of anything that's large and flat enough for a gnome to sleep upon.
Poor
Well-
little darlings. Oh my gosh.
Well, it seems to be safe enough outside at the moment until the next earthquake comes.
Shut
I'm
up.
sure these people must be happy to get outdoors for a bit.
They're big stuff.
We'll stay here for the night, I think, and then
Very
we'll get back to work in the morning.
With what I can see from the doorway, do
Yes.
any of them look like they have black paint on their hands?
No.
Okay, that's fine then. Carry on, Luna.
Okay, what I was gonna say was we have a castle that's full of old, giant linens and things. Do you want just like a couple of huge giant literal giant blankets just to sort of snuggle people in so they're not just sleeping on straw?
Any aid you can give us would be greatly appreciated, Luna.
Cool. We'll get that. So you have the teleporting spell that I cannot remember for the life of me right now, right?
I have face step, but it only lasts for about 30 feet, and I've already used it today.
Oh. Huh.
Borrowed
Who
can
opened the
do
portal like that?
teleporting.
Borrowed your thing.
Oh, right, and borrowed's still outside. Okay, never mind. Okay, well, we'll get some. And do you need any food or anything just for the night, or do you think you'll be okay?
We're fine with the supplies that we've got in here, and assuming they haven't... assuming you stopped them from ransacking our supplies, we should be okay for the short term.
Well, if they did manage to get anything, I'm sure you can loot it off their corpses. Because, like I said, we kind of murdered them, so, I mean... Sorry,
is-
we don't really do body cleanup, but we can try if you want.
I am sure that we will be capable of dealing with the
realize there
bodies.
was this many kids. Sorry about that.
They'll be fine. We'll We'll make sure it's clear before they get out.
Okay, cool.
And you sort of see him look back in and click his fingers, and sort of 4 or 5 burlier looking gnomes come forward, and he just sort of looks at them and says, Dormin, Grabbin, Kelfiz, Felon, Zalvu. That was 5 names, right?
Is that English?
It sounds
What?
like a spell you was doing.
I know, right? That's exactly what...
I was like, shit, this is a trap.
Go clear the bodies up.
Oh.
And the 5 gnomes sort of nod their heads at you. And
super polite.
and disperse into the town to start clearing the bodies.
Cool. Okay.
So, thank you for coming, but what are you doing here?
Well, see, funny thing, we're kind of here to investigate. You wouldn't happen to have ever heard of something called the Chained One, would you? Or the unnamed...
Unseen Guardian, is it?
Unseen Guardian, that's what it was. I thought it was unnamed for a second there, sorry about that.
The Unseen Protector is a legend in our village. It was a protector that supposedly stood guard over Ieirithymbul when the village was founded.
Or whoever he is, he seems to have taken the day off today.
I was going to say,
Apparently, he's busy.
I mean, I would say it's been a while since he's been seen, but as he's never been seen, his defense has been somewhat...
Hasn't been here in a while.
Yes.
Right.
You might get some
We
luck.
talking a while in a couple of years, or a while as in a couple of decades?
A couple of years, I think we can say that he's not been here.
Okay, so the trail's not completely cold then. Cool.
You might want to investigate. There's one of the mine shafts, one of the abandoned ones, that
Right.
sounds... There's an off feeling about it. We dug there for a while, and then I mean, the miners are a superstitious lot, and they won't go back.
You didn't dig too deeply and too greedily, did you?
No, I don't think we
Sorry.
did.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I just suddenly thought that was a reference to something. Don't know what. Does anybody know what a Balrog is?
No.
Yeah, neither do I. Don't know where that came from. Anyway, okay, cool. So there's a mine that's giving off bad vibes, and you think that there might be clues in there?
There
At
might
least
be
a monster
something
that-
that will lead you in the right direction.
And I suppose if it's a monster and we have to kill it, we're just doing you another favor, huh? Always
Uh,
works.
Wouldn't say no if there's something bad in that mine.
Don't worry, we have basically made a career out of just killing things that are nasty, so don't even worry about it.
Your work is appreciated, heroes.
Would it be alright if we waited till tomorrow morning, though? Because some of us used up a lot of our magic and we're just a little tired.
Yes, I think we've got a...
I don't imagine the mine shaft is going anywhere.
Yes,
Yeah, and
it's pretty fixed, and we've got a tavern here that I'm sure I'm sure our tavern keep would be grateful for the business.
yeah, no, we could stop for food, but we have a place we can stay for the night, but yeah, no, what we'll do is we'll go up and we'll get those giant
Yes,
linens.
the linen.
Because I mean, it's cloud giant stuff, so it's gonna be pretty big, so should be pretty handy. It should handle quite a few people. Let's see. size of this building. What do you guys think? Maybe 3 blankets should do it for the whole.
What, to cover the whole building?
Well, to cover the floor of the building, yeah. Like
Okay,
3
yeah.
giant blankets. I think that should do it.
I
You
thought
think
1 would have been.
3 or 4 will cover the floor?
Yeah. Okay, cool. And that'll make sure that everyone at least has some cover or some comfort or at least some softness. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna go out and talk to Borrowed and get back to the castle real quick. See about getting those linens. If you guys want to go around and just check, maybe make sure nobody's injured, like, and the orcs first attacked before they got in here. Maybe just make sure nobody got hurt. Guards or anything. Sound good?
Deal will, yeah. I'll check. I'll go from building to building, see if there's any injured or.
Anyone hiding, maybe.
So
Alright.
yeah,
We have a
but
plan.
the massive warforge will stalk through the town.
Maybe with Sage or something, so you don't scare the shit out of everyone. Because we know
Congratulations.
what.
Hey, mister, I'm going to hide under my hood all day.
Congratulations, you are the new unseen protector of this town.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, I just mean that, you know, they might not feel comfortable with a big Hulk in a hood. We know that you're safe, but these people don't know you. That's my only point. They might feel safer if there's someone.
With them being gnomes, they'll probably be stoked to see some sort of mechanical man.
Yes, alright, I'll trust your guys' judgment on this. Point being, you guys get to that. I'm gonna go to Borrowed, and I'll send Sage over so he can join you, and then we'll get started, shall we?
Still, will come. It gets immediately followed by a load of gnomes just like trying to poke at him and
It's like
flip all the
trying to
switches.
draw schematics and stuff.
Essela, what is
like, grab you?
what is Essela doing?
Ooh, is there? I don't know. What would Esther do with this?
She helped me carry the blankets, because there's no way Lunar's carrying this shit on her own.
Is there some sort of library or historical archive here?
I don't really know if we've got that sort of thing around here.
Okay, in that case, yep, I'll help you carry the blankets, Luna.
Sounds good.
Until a better offer comes along.
Absolutely fantastic during the battle, Essela. I'm really impressed.
Oh, it was nothing. It just takes over, you know?
Yeah, I didn't realize I would be any good in combat until I really started traveling with this group, and then just kind of fell into it. It's funny how that happens, isn't it?
You seem to have a lot of potential that you haven't yet tapped.
Thank you. I hope so. I do feel as if my magic seems somewhat stronger ever since I've started traveling with everyone. I'm certainly not going to complain about any kind of help. I feel like it's strange. I felt like I was good before, but now that I look back on it, I realize I really wasn't that capable. Now I'm here, and I just feel like I can be even better. And I don't even want to be particularly powerful or anything. I don't want you to think that I'm some sort of, maniac or anything. I just feel like I can do more now. Does that make any sense?
It does, yes. Do you feel like you can? The magical power within you can focus it into different areas, as it were? So,
I feel like that. Yeah, sort of.
like you could take some of your say spells that require just a little bit of your magic and refocus that energy into spells that require bigger magic.
Yeah, that's just about it. Absolutely.
Looks like you have some slots.
Luna, Essela, and Borrowed teleport back up to the castle. You gather up 3 or 4 giant blankets that you are no longer using and teleport them down to the temple. Sorry, I have a name for it. The temple... Where is it in my notes? the Temple of the Lords of the Golden Hills.
That's a mouthful.
It's a bit long, but they're gnomes. Possibly it's better in gnomish.
Probably.
Steel, Ulator, and Sage, you all three make treks through the village. You find various survivors, some injured who haven't managed to flee to the temple. Some of them guards who've been seeing off the fight from other sides.
Are any seriously injured that need like treatment or healing?
There are some that do need healing.
Okay, so I will gather up or address the fellow villagers that if anyone is seriously injured, I will use some healing spells on them. I can use my lay on hands.
Okay. And I assume is Steel also using some cure wounds on people if need be.
Lay on hands, cure wounds, all that stuff.
So you managed to get casualties down to very low numbers. There are some serious injuries that you managed to turn round into either minor injuries or no injury at all. There are a few unfortunate, as is the way with a large fight like this, there are some that have not made it. But through your intervention, a lengthy healing process is cut down for the vast number of people, and you are able to once again assist this small town.
Good.
Could I get a wisdom saving throw from you both, please?
2.
Sage and Steel.
Yes! Okay, hang on, there was some disadvantages, but still, natural 20. No, there wasn't. It's 15. Okay,
You
still.
stop taking my natural 20s.
That wasn't a natural 20.
Pretty sure you've stolen all my good rolls.
I think the other one was a the other one was a natural 20.
I'm gonna shove Flash Genius on there anyway.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So what's that?
alright,
That's
I'm only
5
joking.
more? 5 bonus?
15.
You both, through the course of going around the village, are you going around together or separately?
What do you think?
I feel we probably would go together just in case there's like a lone orc just managed to get through or something like that.
Okay. At one point you pass sort of on the western edge of the town, and you both get this weird tingle in the back of your neck about this one particular area of the cliff face. But that's all it is. It's just a minor tingle.
On the cliff face.
It's somewhere in the side of the mountain.
Can we see it? Like, can we see the cliff face? I mean, like.
If you get closer, you can.
Okay. I would like to get closer.
Okay. You can see in the face of the cliff. There is one entrance, one sort of mine shaft entrance that doesn't look like it's been used for a little while.
And I take it that's where the tinglings come from. Like,
that is the source of the. It's just like a feeling that runs up the back of your neck.
still, my friend, I think this tingling is coming from that direction. Points to the cave, points to the mines.
They did say that there was a abandoned shaft that was made people feel uneasy.
Ah, I'm not aware of this. Is that what you talked about?
We asked if there was anything about the unseen protector, and we asked if there was, and the mayor mentioned this abandoned shaft that made people feel uneasy.
I want to go in there.
I would suggest you waiting for more.
Yeah, we kind of just been waiting. Lunar's not with you, sorry.
You're not there.
I'm not there. Sorry.
The shaft is going over,
I know, but something's calling me in.
and it will call you in there tomorrow.
I love you, Steel, so much.
Joe, can I detect evil and good, please? Just on the tingle.
Yes. There is nothing within 30 feet of you. You do detect the if you get within 30 feet of the entrance to the mine, you can detect there is an evil presence in there.
So, like, am I like at the entrance of the mine?
If you get within 30 feet of the mine entrance,
yeah,
then you'd use that.
I will. I will go to. I'm walking to it, and I'm walking to it now. There's a presence that's guiding me to it.
You can detect that this place, this mine shaft, has been desecrated.
Okay. The mine has been desecrated. Is that all? Is that all? Is that all I feel? And obviously bad. Obviously, I feel bad.
You still feel the bad tingle in the back of your head.
Okay. Sage will just sit on the floor and just stare at this mine with his sword just sheathed, just stabbed into the ground.
Okay.
And just concentrate.
And is that where you're taking a nap?
I will take a nap there. As Sage does. He just doesn't go to sleep in a bed. I think it's because he's always on high alert. That's why, guys. He's just
Steel.
Yep.
What are you doing? Are you leaving him there?
I will leave him there, but I will leave Ulhator near him.
Okay.
With the instruction that if anything happens, he makes all the racket in the world to alert us that something is happening.
Okay.
Is he sitting next to me like a good boy?
I think he would sit like a little bit away from you because of if anything, like if a giant evil hand reaches out and just grabs you, he doesn't want to be grabbed as well, so he can't make noise.
Yeah, he's like 2 feet away, like how dogs are normally. They just
a little bit away, just like
just like that. Yeah. I can feel his presence. I can see him.
He'll continue along, doing the things he's doing.
Okay.
If there's more house, he'll check them. Then he'll return to the temple.
He's being the goodest boy.
Eventually, after clearing the village, Borrowed, Lunar, and Essel are returning with the blankets that do basically take up the entirety of the church. You all manage to get a long rest. You refill any spell slots that you might have. Any abilities that you have that recharge on a long rest come back.
Yeah.
go.
Sorry, is it dawn?
It is dawn, yes.
Okay, I need to roll for my wand of magic missiles.